Welcome back. You're watching The Money Show on ET now. It's time for our Spend with TMS segment. But we do spend with TMS so that you spend wisely. And nowadays, spending is so simple. It's literally on your cell phones, it's on your tablets, it's on your computers. Wherever you go, there are these offers popping up where you buy now, you pay later, whether it's ordering food on your mobile apps or even for that matter, going on a holiday. Aparna Ramachandra, founder director of RectifyCredit.com, is here with me to talk about the scarier aspects of the buy now, pay later scheme. Aparna, firstly, how do these fintech companies do it? We have so many of these websites, etc., that pop up and say, whatever your credit history, we are going to give you a loan. Whatever your credit history, we will give you the credit. So how do these differ from just taking a personal loan or taking a credit card?
See, first thing you have to understand is these are people who are banking on credit and convenience. So they are saying typically if you go apply for a credit card, a bank is going to check your credit history, it's going to check your eligibility, it's going to do the whole rigmarole and then give you a credit card. And after the last two meltdowns, we have not had any companies giving you credit cards right, left and center. Banks want you either having a savings account with them or some loan, some relationship basis which they want to give you a credit card. So getting a credit card is becoming difficult. So they are wanting to cash in on that gap, right? So these are what do you call them, apps you call them, or options where they say that we decide in an hours basis, online basis your social profile, we decide how much risk we want to take on you and then we give you a option. So basically there's no card or something. You can, there are a select set of vendors where you can go shop and then you pay later. Now please understand there is a 15-day cycle. So you don't have a typical 45-day cycle. So it may be 1st to 15th and you get a bill on the 16th, and then from 16th to 30th and you get a bill on the 31st. So in a month you are doing twice, right? So this is how they're so the target is people who are not eligible to get a credit card. Now the ones that don't get a credit card are either the ones that are new to credit, or these are people who've had a bad credit history. So these are the two people whom you would typically want to go in for. Because if you ask me, who is regularly or anybody who's regularly using a credit card, I might as well load my credit card, swipe on my credit card and 45 days later make that payment. Because part of that, I'm also going to get some credit card points, like maybe air miles, maybe some vouchers that I buy. There are so many to choose from. So you need not only be stuck with an airport lounge or something like that. So you can do your month's grocery, you can buy your book my show, some movie tickets, or so there are a whole lot of things that you can do. So none of those are available here.
Also, I think you mentioned 15 days. If I don't pay in 15 days, there's obviously going to be interest and penalty.
Yes.
Whereas in a credit card, obviously the cycle is longer.
Yeah.
Should I also assume that since I don't have a credit history, those guys, obviously they are not charitable institutions. So they will obviously charge me a higher interest than a credit card?
Oh, yes. Because you're already, the penalty starts from the 16th day.
Exactly.
Right? And there are some that are charging a fixed amount as for the next 15 days, this is how much you're going to be charged. There are some that charge a percentage of what is your outstanding. But also, let me come down, point out one more thing. None of these are more than 50,000 ticket value. Right? And whatever I tried to figure out from everywhere, none of them are tied up with any hospitals. They are not, so the only good thing that I found was most of them are tied up with the IRCTC website, which I thought was a good thing. Because there are a lot of people bottom of the pyramid who don't have a credit card, but they need to do an urgent travel maybe, or whatever. So at that time this is a good product. So let's not bash them up right, left and center, but this I thought was a good thing. So
and I think that you could also classify sometimes as a necessity. You have to travel back to your hometown or wherever, as opposed to shopping for mobile phones
exactly,
online, for example.
Exactly.
Okay, so personal loans, credit cards, and these. And I'm sure these are at the bottom of your list. But wouldn't you say that if someone's facing a cash crunch for whatever reason and they need the money urgently, a credit card or a personal loan would be a better option? But the problem is with personal loans, it takes so long, right? The entire processing fee, the rigmarole, like you mentioned. So then what's the way out?
See, credit card, if you are good, if you've been good and you have a good credit card limit, then that's your best bet. Because you just go swipe and then you move. And 45 days, you go and repay, or sometimes if you've had a very good relationship, you can always ask for some 3-month EMI or whatever, but then you pay that back. Personal loan, again, if you are a category A customer to the bank, today most of them also want to source their customers online. So the turnaround time is faster, especially if you already have a relationship with the bank, right? So if you ask me, I would say credit card first, personal loan 2, and then this. And these, please, I mean, the ticket sizes are very small. So they start with 5,000. So I would say these are good, say maybe to buy a movie ticket, or pay your Swiggy bills for a week, or something like that. Those ticket size. So these are not in times of difficulties to fall back on kind of a product.
So just to pay more smaller bills, it's okay to use these fintech companies for buy now, pay later. But otherwise, it's always best to go for your credit cards and personal loans, the good old products. And do not, if you do not have the money, obviously do not spend on discretionary items in the first place.
Absolutely.
Aparna, thanks so much. This was certainly very valuable. So folks, you know now when to use these high-end offerings by fintech companies and when not to. We will wrap it up on this edition of The Money Show. Thanks for watching.